during post-monsoon season, that is October to December, and for the month of October 2024. I welcome all of you on behalf of India Meteorological Department for this special press conference. If we just look at about the progress of the monsoon this year, if you remember, monsoon set in over Kerala on 30th of May against normal date of 1st June and covered entire country on 2nd July against normal date of 8th July. That left-hand side diagram you can see here. And normal date of coverage of entire country is 8th July. Therefore, 6 days before the normal date, it covered the entire country. Now, looking at the right-hand side diagram, that is withdrawal, the white page indicates the area where monsoon is withdrawn so far. The southwest monsoon started withdrawing from some parts of West Rajasthan and Kutch on 23rd September against normal date of 17th September. So you can say 6 days delay in withdrawal. It is mainly because of the low pressure systems which developed in the month of September and moved and affected weather in almost entire part of the country. But now the situation is improving. We're expecting withdrawal of southwest monsoon gradually from northwest India and central India during next 1 week. Now let us have a comparison of what happened actually onset over Kerala and withdrawal commencement from the country. So this is just a statistics from 2005 onwards. Our colleagues have prepared this one. So you can find that in the recent time, the withdrawal is getting delayed, and therefore the withdrawal date has been revised. And from 2020 onwards, we revised the withdrawal date against earlier date of 1st September when monsoon started withdrawing from parts of Rajasthan. Now it is withdrawing from the parts of Rajasthan with 17th September. So that means there is a delay by about 2 weeks in the commencement of withdrawal of monsoon from the country. Now let us look at the daily rainfall activity for the country as a whole on left-hand side diagram at the top. It shows the daily rainfall activity. You can find out that there are certain peaks towards the end of June. Then in the month of July, there were 2 special peaks or 3 special peaks. Then August again, we have the peaks. Therefore, July and August have the above normal rainfall activity. In September also it was the above normal rainfall activity with the last peak occurring in the last week of September. And if I look at the monsoon core zone, that is central India, so there also you'll find that there is a good rainfall activity within 1 standard deviation in many days and above 1 standard deviation in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 peaks. There are 6 or 7 peaks, 7 peaks I will say, including this one, when the rainfall became more than 1 standard deviation positive. On the other hand, the red bars, you can see that just only once and twice for 1 or 2 days only, it has become deficient by 1 standard deviation. So in that sense, I will tell that this year was marked by the above normal rainfall activity over central India and also country as a whole. And there was no such break monsoon conditions. And specifically, it's because that monsoon trough did not shift towards foothills of the Himalayas, and number of low pressure systems developed with a number of low pressure systems days above normal. And all these low pressure systems moved in the southern latitude, causing good rainfall activity over central India and South India. And there was a little less rainfall activity over the foothills of the Himalayas and adjoining areas. But however, in the month of September, the foothills of the Himalayas got rainfall activity. Therefore, number of divisions, subdivisions reduced. And at the end of the day, there were 3 subdivisions, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Punjab, and Arunachal Pradesh, which are deficient. And this deficiency is only between 25 to 30%. It is not more than 30% for any meteorological subdivisions. Country as a whole, if you just look at rainfall, has been 7.6% or approximately 8% above the long period average. The long period average is about 87 centimeter, and rainfall has been about 93 centimeter this year. Looking at the meteorological subdivision distribution, you will find that western part got more rain. It was excess rainfall activity to the western part, starting with Rajasthan, West MP, Gujarat, Maharashtra, And in addition to that, eastern part, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh also had the excess rainfall activity. Otherwise, eastern part got the normal rainfall activity, and extreme north, that is Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh and Arunachal Pradesh, got the deficient rainfall activity. Now let us look at the homogeneous regions rainfall. If you just look at this is tabular description. As I was telling you, that rainfall activity was almost uniformly distributed across the country, except a few parts in the foothills of the Himalayas. So in the month of September, especially if I just look at it, has become 11.6 or 12% above normal. And if you remember, we predicted above normal rainfall for September, it has become 12% above normal. In July, it was 9% above normal. In August, it was 7.6% or 8% above normal. In the August, it was about 15.3% or 15% above normal. Only in the month of June, country as a whole was minus 11% below normal. It's 11% below normal. So after June, which was deficient, I'll say up to 20th June, it was deficient. After that, monsoon rainfall increased, and there was no going back, and rainfall continued until end of the season. We had good rainfall activity. It's the uniform distribution rainfall, I'll say, and in a above normal rainfall activity, we expect more heavy rainfall activity, and that what happened this year also we'll see. If I consider the subregional area, there are only 11% of area which has deficient rainfall activity. Otherwise, 89% of area has normal to excess rainfall activity. Now let us look at week by week progress. If you just look at progress, you will see that there were up and down with respect to different weeks. But in general, if you just look at starting from July, the rainfall activity continued to be on many weeks above normal or near normal activity. Only the week ending 25th September, that is the last but 1 week of September, was deficient, just like the week ending 19th June. So if I look at this week, there was very less rainfall activity. The rainfall for the country as whole went down little, but again, the last week after 25th September, the rainfall increased, especially 26, 27, 28. The rainfall was quite high, leading to plus 8%. Now let us look at week by week and the progressive rainfall. If you just look at another way, it has in progressive rainfall, that is the light blue color, you'll find that it has become positive starting with near normal. It has become after June, but became 1% positive. It is starting with 24th July, and it continued like that and ended up with 8% above normal. Now let us look at monthly and seasonal rainfall for different homogeneous regions in June, July, August, September, and June to September. What you find here in the month of June, all the homogeneous regions except South Peninsula, this deep green is the South Peninsula. South Peninsula was positive, above normal. Otherwise, country as a whole and other three homogeneous regions like Central India, Northeast India, and Eastern Northeast India were deficient. In the month of July, gradually deficiency decreased, and deficiency was limited only to Northeast India and Northwest India. Central India became highly positive, and country as a whole became positive, and Peninsular India also became highly positive. Now, coming to the month of August, all the subregions became positive. The country as a whole was 15.3%. Otherwise, all central, west, north, and south, everywhere it was positive side of the normal. But however, Northeast India had the less rainfall compared to the other homogeneous regions. In the month of September, what happened actually? It became good rainfall activity, and again, the rainfall activity was quite high over Central India, and it was less over Northeast India. So, for the season as a whole, June to September, if you just look at, rainfall has been quite high for the Central India, 19% above normal, and for Northeast India, it has become 14% below normal. In between, you have 8% and 7% for country as a whole, and Northwest India, and 14% for South Peninsula India. So what this figure indicates that it is a good monsoon year. In a good monsoon year, Central India gets maximum rainfall, and Northeast India gets the minimum rainfall, and that has happened this year. Now let us look at the performance of our forecast, long-range forecast of the Southwest monsoon season 2024, and first forecast was issued on 15th of April 2024. At that time, El Nino condition was prevailing, and we told that El Nino condition like to weaken further into neutral El Nino southwestern conditions during early part of monsoon season, and La Nina conditions likely to develop during second half of monsoon season. That was the forecast with respect to El Nino and La Nina, and positive Indian ocean dipole are likely to develop, we told, in later part of southwest monsoon season, and we stated that the Eurasian snow cover has been less during December to February, which will favor the monsoon over India. So these are the circulation features we told in our first press release on 15th of April. And quantitatively, we told that this year rainfall activity will be 106% plus minus 5%, and it will be uniform distribution in many parts. It will be in many parts it will be normal to above normal rainfall activity. This forecast was updated in 27th of May, telling that ENSO forecast almost same what we told earlier. IOD forecast also remains same, and the rainfall forecast we also continue the same, that 106% with plus minus 4%. Earlier we told 106% 5. I would 106% as 4. Actually, what happened actually? Neutral El Nino conditions developed in the beginning of June, but however, the La Nina conditions did not develop. Throughout the season, the neutral southern oscillation, El Nino southern oscillation conditions prevailed, but however, the latest observations indicates that the atmospheric circulations are being affected by the La Nina type behavior. Indian ocean dipole remained neutral till the end of August. It did not become positive. Rainfall is 107.6, and it is within the forecast range, that is 106% plus minus 4%. Now let us look at the third stage forecast. It was issued on 1st August. That is the forecast of rainfall during second half of monsoon season. Then we told that currently neutral El Nino southern oscillation conditions are prevailing in the equatorial Pacific. La Nina conditions like to develop in the second half, perhaps towards end of August or September. But neutral El Nino conditions continued, and there was no La Nina conditions during this. So this is not the forecast of IMD, only entire globe was predicting that La Nina condition will develop, but still now La Nina condition did not develop. The neutral IOD conditions are prevailing and likely to continue during remaining parts of season, and same thing happened. Neutral IOD conditions continued throughout the monsoon season. The rainfall, we told that it will be above normal, that is more than 106% long period average. In the first half, the monsoon season of 2024 got less rainfall, that is 2% less than normal, and it was above normal during second half monsoon season. It was 12% above normal during August to September. Now let us look at month-wise forecast we gave in the month of June. We issued on 27th May. We told the rainfall to be normal, but we graded this forecast on 18th June, telling that rainfall likely to be below normal, that is below 92%. And finally, it was 89% of the long period average for the month of June. In July, rainfall likely to be above normal. It was the prediction, that is more than 106%, and it happened to be 109% of the long period average. For the month of August, rainfall to be normal range. It was told that it's 94 to 106%, but it became above normal. It was 115% of long period average. So September, if we just look at rainfall, was most likely to above normal, that is more than 109%, and it became 112.5%. August and September, we told that it will be more than 106%, and it became 112%. So if I compare the long range forecast of monsoon, monthly and seasonal forecast, so it has come all correct except the August. The month of August we told normal, but it became the above normal rainfall activity. Now let us look at the spatial distribution forecast. On the right hand side, this is the spatial distribution rainfall forecast. We told that normal rainfall activity will prevail over most parts of the country, except some parts in J&K, Ladakh, and some parts in eastern India and northeastern states and southeastern peninsula. And the actual category, if we just look at normal category, below normal category, above normal category, many places or most places you had green and blue color indicating that it was normal to above normal rainfall activity. There are certain areas in eastern India and many parts in northeastern states and many parts in southeast peninsula where it has become the below normal. So if I will say that the spatial distribution rainfall, what we predicted in the month of May, on May 27 or 15th of April, has come up very correct, indicating the expected area above normal or below normal rainfall activity. So if I take 1 to 1, it is more than 80% area where the forecast has come correct. Now let us look at okay, so this is the same thing, 15 April. Okay, I think so this is the month of September, what I explained to you, and this is the for the season as a whole. For the season as a whole, if we just look at, we also told that there will be normal to above normal rainfall activity in many parts of the country, except some parts of eastern India, that is Odisha and adjoining areas of Ganges to West Bengal, and then many parts of northeastern states, and some parts of extreme northwest India, that is Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, etc. And left-hand side is the actual statistics. If you just look, you will find that it is almost spelling in eastern India, but in Bihar and adjoining East UP, prediction was above normal rainfall activity, but it has become below normal rainfall activity. Otherwise, if I look at Ladakh, etc., the area has become a little more as for our comparison. So therefore, I will say that the identified area in eastern India, northern states, and extreme northwest India could be predicted with the seasonal rainfall activity issued on 15th April or on 27th of May. But however, there are certain areas like Bihar, East UP, Punjab, where it has become below normal rainfall activity as compared to prediction of normal to above normal rainfall activity. Now let us look at little more closely what happened actually if we compare the normal rainfall based on data of 1970 to 2020 and actual rainfall activity. There are certain spells. So I was telling you up to 20th June there was below normal rainfall activity. Then after that it picked up. There are many peaks during this period. And again there was another third peak during this period of September. Then last week of September, there was another peak. In between, there was deficient rainfall activity in the middle of September and also here in the middle of August. Now, this is India as a whole. On the left-hand side, you will see, on the bottom, you will see this is the rainfall activity for central India. Similar situations, you can find out it is more sharp in the sense, but central India is representing in the overall rainfall activity over the country. So there are certain peaks and certain deficient rainfall area similar to all India rainfall activity. Now, apart from the long range forecast, we also issue the extended range forecast. Every Thursday, we issue extended range forecast. That extended range forecast is issued for next 4 weeks, week 2, week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4. But as I tell you every time that the accuracy is quite good up to 2 weeks. This is just an example of the forecast issued. This above normal rainfall activity was predicted on this, for example, observed rainfall anomaly. This is 1 to 8 August. And week 1 forecast, if you just look at how the central India was predicted to have high rainfall activity. And this is the week 2 forecast, how the central India. So consistently, what I want to say that all the peaks, what I showed you in the previous slide, we are picked up in our extended range forecast. And all the lulls, that is the deficient rainfall activity, was also predicted by the extended range forecast. Then what is the accuracy of our extended forecast? Now let us look at this black line. This black line is the all India observed rainfall activity. You can see how cyclically it was changing like this for different weeks. And the different histograms, the bars, what you find, the first one is the red one is the week 1 forecast. Blue one is the week 2 forecast, green one is the week 3 forecast, and pink one is the week 4 forecast. So what you find that, especially I will draw your attention with respect to week 1 and week 2, whatever is the positive, whether it's week 1 week 2 positive side, rainfall is also actual rainfall is the positive side. If week 1 week 2 predicted rainfall is a negative side, actual rainfall is also a negative side. So what I want to say that up to week 2, the rainfall variation for the country as a whole and over different meteorological subdivisions would be very well reasonably predicted by the extent range forecast. So here something written CC. CC means correlation coefficient. It is correlation between the observed rainfall and the forecast rainfall. For week 1, it is 0.86. Maximum correlation is 1. So you can see how highly correlated was week 1, and week 2 is 0.84, week 3 is 0.73. After week 4, you do not have, it is 0.19. So that means up to week 3, there was a good relationship between the forecast rainfall and the actual rainfall in the extent range forecast. Now let us look at the everyday forecast. This is the everyday forecast verification. This is the left-hand side is the forecast accuracy called as POD, that is probability of detection of heavy rainfall. 24 hours ahead, whatever heavy rainfall we predicted, it came correct in 85% of the cases. So 88%, POD is 85%. We can detect the heavy rainfall on 85% cases. For day 2, that means 48 hours before, it was 73%. 72 hours before, that is day 3, it is 67%. And day 4, that is 96 hours before, 63%. And 120 hours before, or 5 days before, it was 58%. That means our forecast accuracy varied from 85% for day 1 ahead to 58% day 5 ahead. And accordingly, false alarm was less than 29% day 1 to 19% day 5. Missing rate was quite less, you can say. And if you look at overall skill, it was a good skill. And to compare the skill compared to for last 10 years, right? For last 10 years, that is 14 to 23, and what happened in 2024? Average skill during 14-23 was 67%. Now it is 85%. So it shows that there has been a quantum jump in forecast accuracy in 2024 compared to the previous decade. Now, annually, how the forecast accuracy has improved over the years, that is shown in this diagram on the top right. And this is the probability detection. You will find that from 2002 onwards, IMD started verifying the heavy rainfall warning. You will find that there was a quantum jump from 2014 onwards or 13 onwards, and then still increasing the forecast accuracy. We started 2 days forecast from 2009, 3 days forecast from 2013, then 5 days forecast from 2018. And all forecast, if you see, all forecast accuracies are improving over the years, and 24 hours ahead, it is now 85%. Now let us look at what happened to the monthly rainfall during monsoon season. The monthly rainfall in June, it was deficient. As I was telling you, many districts in the north and central were deficient. Peninsula, of course, got good rainfall activity. In the month of July, you see that deficient rainfall districts in the north decreased, and some districts became deficient in the southeast peninsula. In the month of August, northern peninsula, some districts were deficient, and number of districts deficient in the northern parts decreased gradually. And in the September, number of districts deficient rainfall in the peninsular India increased, and it increased over the northeastern states also, but north and central India, number of districts deficient rainfall decreased further. Now let us look at the subdivisional rainfall. I have just discussed so far. In the month of September, it was 12% above normal. So why it became so? In the month of September, there were 3 depressions and deep depressions, and all these 3 different depressions were with low pressure systems. And for 21 days, out of 30 days, for 21 days, there were low pressure systems in the month of September. It led to excess rainfall activity, that is 12% above normal. Now let us look at the heavy rainfall activity, what happened in the month of September. You will find that this is the JJS, that is June, July, August, September on a combination. You can find that the central India, west coast got maximum extremely heavy rainfall activity. But there were some extremely heavy rainfall activity over Tripura, Meghalaya, leading to landslides, etc. Similarly, over the Jammu, Himachal Pradesh, and Uttarakhand also. Otherwise, major amount of rainfall was over Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Odisha, Jharkhand, against West Bengal, and along the west coast and north Tamil Nadu. This is the area where we had the maximum rainfall activity. these different colors indicate the June, July, August, and September very heavy rainfall activity. This is the rainfall activity more than 11 centimeters, that is 12 centimeters and above the rainfall activity. We just look at this is the pattern. Now let us look at extremely heavy rainfall activity in the June, July, August, September. That you will find that it is especially the central India, some parts of Meghalaya and Tripura, and along the west coast. And it occurred in different months. Somewhere it occurred in June, somewhere it occurred in July, August. If you remember, in June, Assam and southern West Bengal and Sikkim got flooded because of the extreme heavy rainfall activity. So in July, it was Gujarat and some parts of West Bengal and west coast, especially the Maharashtra coast, which got flooded. In the month of August, if we just in the month of August, if we just look at it, became again in the Gujarat, if you remember, and that particular cyclone also formed. The remnant of this depression became cyclone over the Arabian Sea. And in the month of September, if we just look at it is the northern parts of peninsula, especially Andhra and Telangana. If you remember, Vijayawada rainfall activity, these are the flooding type situations. Now let us look at what happened the various types of disasters. The light green color indicates flood or heavy rainfall. You can find out, as I was discussing in the previous slide, the flood and heavy rainfall occurred in many parts of the country. It was more dominant in Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura, etc. And here, of course, Gujarat and then west coast and northern parts of peninsula and central India, and also some extent it was in Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, but it was quite less in Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand this year because monsoon trough did not move towards the foothills of the Himalaya. Therefore, the activity was relatively less this year there. Now let us look at the location of heavy rainfall activity in the month of September. You can find out these are the activities. This is the area, red color area, so which caused havoc in Andhra Pradesh and adjoining Telangana areas. And also there are certain situations here, Bihar and adjoining southern West Bengal, Sikkim, where you know that Nepal also got good rainfall activity and East Tibet also good rainfall activity. Because of that, we got the floods and landslides, etc. People also died in Nepal to a large extent. Now, if I compare the extreme rainfall activity in the month of September, in 2020 it was 61 occasions, then it was 97 in 2021, 22 in 2022, 25 in 2023, and 96 in 2024. Therefore, the extreme heavy rainfall events have been similar to that in 2021, if you compare for the last 5 years. But if I compare the total number of very heavy rainfall events, it is 525. If I compare different years, it was the highest this year. It's 525 number of events and occasions. Now let us look at the heavy rainfall events of Bihar special. You can see this is and the rainfall cumulative from 8th August of 25th September to 29th September. You can find the East UP and North Bihar and southern West Bengal, Sikkim. This area got very high amount of rainfall activity. It was 200 to 300 millimeter during these 3 days, and the maximum rainfall was 488.6 millimeter in Kishanganj district. Then it was 449.8 millimeter in Forbesganj in Araria districts. So this you can imagine, Araria and Kishanganj districts got the highest amount of rainfall activity during the period of 25th September to 28th September. Now let us look at more specifically the heavy rainfall event for Bihar. The data are just presented here. I will not discuss here date-wise how it affected Bihar during the period 25th to 28th. And as I was telling you, the maximum rainfall activity went up to 44 centimeter in individual stations. Although extremely heavy rainfall or exceptionally heavy rainfall occurred in Bihar during this period. Now, so what are the region then? The region was the low pressure systems. It was 5 number of low pressure systems developed or affected in the month of September. If you remember, the remnant of cyclone storm Asna also made some impact, and the remnant of deep depression from August also made some impact, and 3 new systems developed in the month of September. Deep depression over Bay of Bengal, the 12th to 9th September, and over West Central Bay of Bengal and Northeast Bay of Bengal, 5 to 14 September. And then, of course, we have got the low pressure systems which move from West Central Bay of Bengal, Northwest Bay of Bengal off North Andhra Pradesh and South Odisha coast 24th to 25th September. And all these local systems have its remnant cyclonic circulations. Therefore, mostly on many days during the month of September, either there was a depression or low or a cyclonic circulation. So these are the various types of events or the tracks of the depressions which affected the region. Now, the factors for good rainfall activity during September, I have just described low pressure systems. Another thing I just want to mention here, that even though the sea surface temperature anomaly did not cross the threshold value of -0.5, that is La Nina conditions, the circulation features were similar to La Nina pattern in the month of September. As I was telling you earlier, there are three low pressure systems. Medium zonal oscillation, which increases the convective activity of our region, leading to formation of low pressures and leading to increased rainfall activity, was favorable, lying in phase 3 to 5 on many days. Remnant circulations emerged from South China Sea, which also helped in rainfall activity. Monsoon trough was very active and lay to the south of its normal positions. It was organized because of this formation of the low pressure systems, and it caused good rainfall activity. Now let us look at the number of days. The total number of low pressure systems were 14 during the season against normal of 13, and number of low pressure system days was 69 against normal of 55. And especially if I consider August and September, you look that there was 6 and 3, total 9 systems developed against number of 7. So there are 2 additional low pressure systems in the month of August and September. And number of days, if you just look at it, was almost how many days? Actually, it was 29 and 26 days, August and September, leading to the high amount or the higher role of low pressure systems. So if you ask me what was the role actually in the monsoon season which caused good rainfall activity, then it is the low pressure systems, depressions. This year, after a long time, actually we got so many depressions this year during monsoon season. So this is the depression in details, what happened in the month of September. So this is the total number of low pressure systems which developed in the June, July, August, September season. You can see all these low pressure systems moved across central India, and they even entered towards the Arabian Sea 1, and then longer track this year, and hence it is the good rainfall activity. Total 6 number of low pressure systems developed during monsoon season this year after a long time. Usually in the recent period, if you just look at say like last 20 years, you will find that number of depressions forming during monsoon season was hardly 3 to 4. But this year we got 6 depressions. Of course, long range, long-term average, if you just take normally 5 to 6 depressions formed if you consider data of 1901 onwards, say 2020. But if I consider recent years, say last 20 years, the average is about 3 to 4, and this year it has become 6. Now let us see the latest global sea surface temperature departures and El Nino southern oscillation conditions. So Nino 3.4 has become just -0.5 if you just look at the last week. So therefore it is approaching towards La Nina conditions. And you can see in the diagram also the eastern side is now cooler here, and western side is warmer here along the equatorial Pacific. Similarly with the different regions, Nino 4, Nino 3.4, Nino 3, Nino 1.2. Our area of concern, Nino 3.4, it is showing the negative side. Now let us look at the forecast. So if we look at the forecast, actually, the official forecast from various centers indicate that it will be the La Nina conditions. Yes, certainly it has come up to -0.5, that we can expect that La Nina condition will develop during October, November. Okay, and there is 71% chance that it will become a La Nina condition during October, November. Of course, to begin with, it will be weak La Nina conditions. Then our monsoon mission climate forecast system also indicates that it will be La Nina conditions. And Indian Ocean dipole, if you just look at, you will find that these many models indicates that it will within the normal range. This white shaded area is the normal. So therefore, IOD, which is normal at present, is expected to continue to be normal in the upcoming months, that is during October to December. Now let us look at the forecast of the post-monsoon or northeast monsoon seasonal rainfall. So this is the probabilistic forecast for rainfall during post-monsoon season. This is based on the multimodal ensemble, which is developed by our Climate Research and Services Division at Pune, IMD. So here we have prepared the forecast for all India, and you will find that in many parts of the central India, eastern India, peninsular India, it is shaded blue. So that indicates that we are expecting normal to above normal rainfall activity in many parts, except northwest India, that is Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Punjab, many parts of Rajasthan and Haryana, where we are expecting below normal rainfall activity. Similarly, some parts in northeastern India, like Arunachal Pradesh, some parts of Assam, and some parts of South Tamil Nadu and adjacent areas of Kerala also are expected to get below normal rainfall activity. Now, if I consider the southeast peninsula, that is the 5 meteorological subdivisions, namely Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, Coast Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema, Kerala, and South Interior Karnataka. This area is called a southeast peninsula for our forecast purpose. And for this area, northeast monsoon is the major rainfall factor during month of October to December. And for this area, we are expecting that rainfall is likely to become above normal. That is more than 112% of the long period average. The long period average rainfall over this peninsular area, the southeast peninsula, consisting of 5 meteorological subdivisions, is 334.13 millimeter, and it will be more than 112% of 333.13 millimeter over this area. Then, of course, as I told you, we will have above normal activity over many parts of the country, except northwest India and some parts of northeastern states. But one more point, I just request you to note that there are certain dots written in northwest India, central India. I have to say here that in this dotted area usually gets very less rainfall and variability is quite high in the month of October to December. Therefore, when you interpret the forecast here, you should not take it so seriously because variability is quite large in this area. So, therefore, the error component in the forecast could be high in this area. Now, let us look at the probabilistic forecast for rainfall during October. So, in the October, we are expecting more rainfall activity, and normal to above normal activity is expected over many parts or most parts of the country, except many parts of northwest India. This yellow color is the below normal rainfall activity. You can see that it is Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, Punjab, Haryana, some parts of Rajasthan, some parts of Saurashtra. We are expecting below normal rainfall activity. And many parts of northeastern states like Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Meghalaya, and Nagaland, etc., where we are expecting the below normal rainfall activity. In the southernmost, some parts of South Tamil Nadu and South Kerala also you can expect below normal rainfall activity. Otherwise, it will have normal to above normal rainfall activity in the remaining parts of the country. And if you consider the country as a whole, the rainfall average for the country as a whole during month of October is expected to be above normal, that is more than 115% of the long period average. The long period average rainfall is 75.4 millimeter for the country as a whole for the month of October. It will be higher than that by 15%. Now let us look at the maximum temperature. Yes, you can see this diagram, the first diagram here. The maximum temperature is expected to be above normal in many parts of northwest India, eastern India, northeastern states, and some parts of peninsular India. Here, the central part of the country and some parts of peninsular India, we can expect normal to below normal rainfall, normal to below normal temperature activity. Maximum temperature means day temperature. Day temperature is expected to be normal to below normal or central part, especially East Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Telangana, Maharashtra, certain parts, normal to below normal maximum temperature. The remaining areas, you can have above normal maximum temperature. Now, if I consider the minimum temperature, that is the night temperature, it is expected to be above normal for most parts of the country. Okay. Now let us look at, मैं अभी आपको थोड़ा से हिंदी में बताऊंगा. अक्टूबर से दिसंबर के दौरान दक्षिण प्रायद्वीपीय भारत में औसत वर्षा सामान्य से अधिक यानी लॉन्ग पीरियड एवरेज का 112% से ज्यादा होने का संभावना है. वो दक्षिण प्रायद्वीप जो है वो है Andhra Pradesh, that is coastal Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema, then Tamil Nadu, Puducherry, South Indian Karnataka and Kerala. इस एरिया में रेनफॉल 112% से ज्यादा होने का संभावना है अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर महीने का जो सीजन है। 1970 टू 2020 का बात करें तो इस पीरियड में जो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल होता है वो है 334.13 मिलीमीटर इस एरिया में। और मध्य भारत, दक्षिण प्रायद्वीप भारत और पूर्वोत्तर भारत के कुछ हिस्सों के कई क्षेत्र में सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से अधिक वर्षा होने का संभावना रहता है। हालांकि उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के अधिकांश हिस्सों और पूर्वोत्तर भारत के कुछ हिस्सों और भारत के सबसे दक्षिण हिस्सों में सामान्य से नीचे बारिश होने का संभावना है। जो सफेद क्षेत्र आपको दिखाई दे रहा है वहां हमारा जो मॉडल है मल्टी मॉडल एनसेम्बल, इसका कोई निर्णायक दिशा दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है, यानी मॉडल से कोई ऐसे निर्णायक पूर्वानुमान नहीं है वो सफेद इलाका में, और यानी सिग्नल एब्सेंट है मॉडल से, यानी कुछ भी हो सकता है एरिया में, ये निर्णायक मॉडल से हमको नहीं मिल पाता है। अक्टूबर 2024 के दौरान वर्षा का संभावना देखें तो अक्टूबर 2024 के दौरान पूरे देश में औसत वर्षा दीर्घावधि औसत यानी लॉन्ग पीरियड एवरेज के सामान्य से अधिक यानी 115% से ज्यादा होने का संभावना है। और 1971 से 2020 तक जो आंकड़ा है हमारे पास, जिसका आधार करके हम देखें तो लॉन्ग पीरियड एवरेज लगभग 75.4 मिलीमीटर है। सो अक्टूबर 2024 में भारत के अधिकांश हिस्सों में सामान्य से लेकर सामान्य से अधिक वर्षा होने का संभावना है। हालांकि पूर्वोत्तर और उत्तर पश्चिम भारत के कुछ हिस्सों और दक्षिण प्रायद्वीप का कुछ इलाकों में सामान्य से नीचे वर्षा होने की संभावना है। तो भूमि क्षेत्र में जो भीतर सफेद छायांकित क्षेत्र है वहां मॉडल का संभावना दिखाई नहीं देता है, क्योंकि ये मॉडल से कोई सिग्नल वहां दिखाई नहीं दे रहा है, इसलिए जलवायु संभावना आप समझ सकते हैं। अधिकतम तापमान की बात करें तो अक्टूबर महीना में देश के कई हिस्सों में सामान्य से अधिक अधिकतम तापमान रहने का संभावना है। केवल मध्य भारत और उससे सटे दक्षिण प्रायद्वीप के कुछ हिस्सों को छोड़कर जहां सामान्य से नीचे अधिकतम तापमान रहने की संभावना है। न्यूनतम तापमान की बात करें तो अक्टूबर के दौरान देश के अधिकांश हिस्सों में सामान्य से अधिक न्यूनतम तापमान रहने की संभावना है। अभी हम एक्सटेंडेड फोरकास्ट यानी अगले 4 हफ्ते में बारिश कैसे रहेगा इसका प्रोग्राम देखें तो ये फोरकास्ट हमारा लास्ट थर्सडे को इशू हुआ था, जो लगभग पहला हफ्ता जाने वाले हैं। आने वाला हफ्ता जो आप देखेंगे वो है कि 30 अक्टूबर से 10 जो आपको देखना पहला जो हफ्ता है 26 सितंबर से 3 अक्टूबर ये लगभग जाने वाले हैं। सो आप सेकंड हफ्ता का जो पूर्वानुमान है वो देख सकते हैं। ये जो शेडेड एरिया जो आपको ग्रे शेडिंग दिखाई दे रहा है, ये ब्लू शेडिंग दिखाई दे रहा है, वो एरिया है जहाँ की नॉर्मल से ज्यादा बारिश होने का संभावना है। और व्हाइट जो है वो नॉर्मल है, इसमें कोई ज्यादा के कम बारिश होने की संभावना दिखाई नहीं देता है। और ऐसे ही आप चलेंगे सेकेंड वीक थर्ड वीक में आप देखेंगे कि जो साउथ ईस्ट पेनिनसुला है वहां बारिश बढ़ रहा है। इसमें यह सूचना मिलता है कि जो मिडिल ऑफ द वीक मिडिल ऑफ द मंथ यानी 15 अक्टूबर के आसपास जैसे ही नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून आता है, इस बार भी ये संभावना दिखाई दे रहा है एक्सटेंडेड फोरकास्ट से कि मिडिल अक्टूबर के आसपास नॉर्थ ईस्ट मानसून देश में ऑनसेट हो सकता है, और बाय द टाइम जो विड्रॉल प्रोसेस अभी चालू है वो शायद खत्म हो सकता है। ये एक दूसरा एक्सटेंडेड फोरकास्ट है, वो भी यही निर्णायक उनका दिखाता है। अभी हम अगले 7 दिन का वार्निंग की बात करें, अब देखेंगे कि अभी आपके पास कोई रेड कलर वार्निंग नहीं है, सिर्फ ऑरेंज कलर वार्निंग हम नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स के लिए दिए हैं 2 तारीख और 3 तारीख के लिए। 2 तारीख 3 तारीख को नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स में हम हेवी टू वेरी हेवी रेनफॉल एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं। और दूसरा जो एरिया है वहाँ थंडरस्टॉर्म एक्टिविटी हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, जहाँ येलो कलर शेडिंग है इसके साथ थंडरस्टॉर्म एक्टिविटी होने का संभावना है। सो एरिया जिसको हम नजर में रखे हैं अभी वो है नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स, और 2 तारीख और 3 तारीख के लिए वहाँ हेवी टू वेरी हेवी रेनफॉल हो सकता है। सो थैंक यू वेरी मच। अभी हम आपसे क्वेश्चंस कमेंट्स ले सकते हैं.
Hi, sir. There is a question. I'm Vishnu Mohan from Times of India. Hello.
Yes, please, Vishwan ji.
Yeah. As you said, that there is 71% chances of La Nina being developed in October and November. So can you tell us what would be its impact on winter? Though it would be a bit premature, but what is your observation if something like that happened in the past? So what would be the prospect of winter due to the late formation of La Nina?
Yeah, so thank you, विश्वमान जी. So usually आप देखें climatological guidance आप देखेंगे तो the years when you have got the La Nina conditions, the temperature in northern parts of the country, especially northwest India, was below normal. But the forecast of the La Nina, if you just look at it, is just weak La Nina conditions which is developing. How much it will strengthen in the month of January or February, that we have to continue. Because as I was telling you, globally, the El Nino La Nina forecast has not been so correct in this season so far. The transition towards La Nina has not been able to be predicted by most of the global models so far. So including our models, you can say. But however, the current situation shows that it is minus 0.5, that is entering towards weak La Nina conditions. So in weak La Nina conditions, yes, we can expect the temperature should be below normal. Therefore, you can have the cold wave conditions in the winter months over northwest India and adjoining central India. But how severe it will be, that will be followed up by the monthly forecast well issued in the month of November. At that time, we'll give you the probability of cold wave conditions also. And on weekly basis, we'll provide the external forecast indicating the warmer or colder conditions.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, Srishti, this side.
Yeah, Srishti ji.
Yeah, sir, I just wanted to ask you what regarding the withdrawal of the monsoon. You were saying that by the next week it should withdraw from the northwestern parts. Are we expecting its retreat from the southern parts as well on time by 15?
So that's what I told, that it is just an outlook. I told you that as for the extended range forecast, the rainfall activity is increasing in the week commencing from 17 October. So if that goes right, then we can expect that northeast monsoon will be setting in over the southeast peninsula towards 17th October. But it is premature to speak now because the extended range forecast has good accuracy up to 2 weeks. And this is the third week forecast. So we'll be updating you in the next Thursday again when we issue the extended range forecast. But climatological, if you just look at so far, when we brought the new onset dates and withdrawal dates, there is no change in withdrawal dates from the entire country, even if it is getting delayed from Rajasthan or Northeast India. It has been delayed this year, and we are expecting that there will be withdrawal during next 1 week, Northwest India and adjoining Central India gradually. And from the entire country, we'll go on monitoring and we'll be updating you on weekly basis and daily basis. But climatology suggests that there is a high probability that nearby to normal date, that is 15 to 17 October, there could be the complete withdrawal.
Hello, sir.
निवेदिता बोल रही हूँ.
Yeah, that's madam. Yes.
Sir, just one.
Okay, Jay Shri,
One by
go ahead.
one by one. Jai Shri madam, then
Yeah.
Mr. Chintesh, then Nivedita madam.
Sir, I just wanted to know this time the western states, especially Gujarat and Rajasthan, have received 48%, 56% excess rainfall. Any particular reason for this? I know we are seeing this trend, but what may be causing it over the western side?
Yeah, you told correctly. The immediate cause was the low pressure systems. If you look at the low pressure systems, the 6 depressions formed here and 14 total number of low pressure systems formed. All these low pressure systems, they were having the longer track. They developed over the Bay of Bengal, moved across central India, went up to Gujarat or Rajasthan always. The relatively longer track this year and relatively more frequent development of low pressure systems, including 6 depressions, and relatively southern latitude formation and movement of the systems. No weather system except September, when the low system moved towards even Uttarakhand. Otherwise, no low pressure systems moved towards the foothills or towards UP. All weather systems moved across Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Vidarbha, then Chhattisgarh, then of course Madhya Pradesh, then Gujarat and Rajasthan. So therefore, when the low pressure system moves, the southern part of the low pressure system gets more rainfall activity. And also, the monsoon trough did not move towards north; it was lying to the south of northern basin. If monsoon trough lying to the south of northern basin is Ganganagar, Allahabad, Kolkata, lying to the south, about 2 to 3 degree latitude to the south of the monsoon trough gets more rainfall. Up to that gets more rainfall activity. Therefore, these are the few reasons why the Gujarat, Rajasthan got more rainfall activity. I'll repeat again. This is the higher number of low pressure systems, number 1. Number 2, higher number of low pressure system days. Number 3, 6 depressions. Number 4, the length of the track was quite high this year, and all the tracks were moving towards Gujarat and Rajasthan, including one cyclone emerging near Gujarat coast. So the monsoon trough, last one is monsoon trough, which is lying south of its normal position on many days, and hence the southern part of the monsoon trough gets more rainfall activity.
Thank you, sir.
सर मैं लक्ष्मण बात कर रहा हूँ गुजरात न्यूज़
बोलिए।
18 गुजराती से। सबसे पहले तो सर आपको और आपकी पूरी टीम को बहुत बहुत कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस के पूरे मॉनसून के दौरान जो आईएमडी की जो पूर्वानुमान था वो एकदम सटीक रहा। आपके और आपकी टीम की मेहनत को बहुत बहुत कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन कहना चाहता हूँ। और मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ सर कि क्या हम उम्मीद कर सकते हैं कि गुजरात में इस वीक के एंड तक मॉनसून विड्रॉल हो जाएगा?
देखिए, अभी जो हमारा पूर्वानुमान है पूरा गुजरात में तो नहीं होगा, क्योंकि southern parts of Gujarat region, say Surat and adjoining areas will have some light to moderate rainfall activity. West coast also will have some light to moderate rainfall activity. There will be some withdrawal in certain parts of Gujarat in addition to northwest India.
Thank you, sir.
But this year, I know that there is some kind of you can say message moving on that in Garaba is बार disturb हो जाएगा, उस वैसा नहीं है. We are not expecting any low pressure systems affecting Gujarat during next 1 week. There is no low pressure systems. Okay, so we are not expecting any heavy rainfall activity in Gujarat.
Okay, thank you.
सर इस बार गुजरात में 1213 mm बारिश हुई है स्टेट डिजास्टर के हिसाब से सितंबर तक का सर। तो सर ये 1901 से लेकर अभी तक की सबसे ज्यादा बारिश है। तो इसके पीछे का सर रीजन कौन सा है और कितनी ऐसी सिस्टम बनी है जिससे गुजरात में इतनी अच्छी बारिश मिली हो सर?
ये तो मैं एक्सप्लेन कर दिया हूँ ना, शायद मैडम पूछे थे क्यों गुजरात में इतना बारिश हुआ इस बार, मैं एक्सप्लेन किया हूँ और फिर दोबारा रिपीट शायद करना जरूरत नहीं है।
इंग्लिश में सर थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम इसलिए आपको हिंदी में सर प्लीज सर।
नहीं, आई एम नॉट एबल टू लिसन, बोलिए।
सर इस बार गुजरात में 1213 mm बारिश हुई है और ये 1901 से लेकर अभी तक की सबसे ज्यादा बारिश सितंबर तक की हो चुकी है।
हाँ,
तो सर इसके पीछे का अच्छी बारिश का रीजन क्या है? कौन कौन सी सिस्टम कितनी बार बनी है जिससे इतनी अच्छी
वही
बारिश
तो मैं
हुई है?
बोल जाऊँ ना, डिटेल्स बताया। अभी को निवेदिता मैडम कोई पूछ रहे थे ना, अभी मैं रिप्लाई दिया हूँ कि 14 लोकल सिस्टम डेवलप हुआ है, इसमें 6 डिप्रेशन रहा है। ये सभी सिस्टम बे ऑफ बंगाल से डेवलप होते हुए टुवर्ड्स गुजरात राजस्थान मूव किया है। जब वो सिस्टम ऐसे गुजरात राजस्थान की तरफ जाता है, इसके प्रभाव में पहले बे ऑफ बंगाल में होते हैं तो बारिश शुरू हो जाता है। इट इज कॉल्ड डिस्टेंट इफेक्ट ऑफ मानसून डिप्रेशंस। गुजरात में बारिश होता है, जब पास में आ जाता है, मध्य प्रदेश पास आ जाता है तो फिर ज्यादा बारिश शुरू हो जाता है। तो जितना नंबर ज्यादा लोकल सिस्टम डेवलप होगा इतना ज्यादा बारिश गुजरात में होगा। इस बार यही हुआ है। इसके साथ साथ मानसून ट्रफ भी नीचे रहा, जो गंगानगर इलाहाबाद कोलकाता उनका एवरेज पोजीशन होता है, इससे नीचे रहा मेनी डेज। और जब मानसून ट्रफ नीचे रहता है, नीचे वाला एरिया जैसे गुजरात वगैरह में ज्यादा बारिश होता है। सो दीज आर द रीजंस। आपको पता होगा कि साइक्लोन, रेमंड जाकर साइक्लोन बना अरेबियन सी में, इसका मतलब होता है कि पूरा लो सिस्टम बंगाल शुरू करते हुए वेस्टवर्ड ज्यादा जा रहा था। सो आप देखेंगे तो रिसेंट ईयर्स में ऐसे लॉन्गर ट्रैक नहीं था, इस बार जैसे डिप्रेशन वगैरह लॉन्गर ट्रैक लिए हैं। सो ये सब रीजन है जिसकी वजह से गुजरात में ज्यादा बारिश हुआ है।
हेलो सर, मैं
बोलिए।
समीर राजपूत दिव्य भास्कर अहमदाबाद से बोल रहा हूँ।
अब बोलिए समीर जी।
सर, अभी ये अक्टूबर महीने में बारिश की संभावना है, और है तो कितनी सिस्टम आने की संभावना है?
बारिश का संभावना तो हमने दिखा दिया आपको, पूरा पूर्वानुमान दिया कि मेनी पार्ट्स ऑफ कंट्री में अक्टूबर महीने में ज्यादा बारिश होने का संभावना है। और आप गुजरात की बात कर रहे हैं तो मैं आपको गुजरात की बात बता देता हूँ। गुजरात में नॉर्मल टू बिलो नॉर्मल रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी, नॉर्मल टू एबव नॉर्मल रेनफॉल एक्टिविटी एक्सपेक्टेड है। स्पेशली साउथ गुजरात रीजन में ज्यादा बारिश होगा। नॉर्थ गुजरात रीजन और कच्छ एरिया में कम बारिश होने का संभावना है।
ओके सर। और खास करके ये 3 तारीख से नवरात्रि चालू हो रहे हैं हर जगह, पूरे गुजरात में। तो सभी लोगों को यही मानना है कि नवरात्रि के दरमियान ज्यादा बारिश की संभावना है?
नहीं है, इतना ज्यादा बारिश संभावना नहीं दिखाई दे रहा है, मगर लाइट रेनफॉल मॉडरेट रेनफॉल हो सकता है। स्पेशली साउथ गुजरात एरिया में कहीं कहीं बारिश हो सकता है। और ये संभावना है जो मुंबई महाराष्ट्र को लगे हुए जो एरिया है ना, एक्सट्रीम कोस्टल एरिया जो है, वहाँ लाइट मॉडरेट रेनफॉल हो सकता है। हेवी रेनफॉल का हम एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं।
ओके सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
सर निवेदिता बोल रही हूँ।
बोलिए मैडम।
सर आपका जो प्री मॉनसून फोरकास्ट था उस वक्त भी और सेकेंड मंथ में भी सेकेंड हाफ ऑफ साउथ वेस्ट मॉनसून में लालीना होने की उम्मीद आपने बताई थी, एंड नाउ इट सीम्स इट हैज बीन डिलेड। तो इसका जो पूरे ट्रॉपिकल बेल्ट में बहुत ज्यादा उलट पुलट हो रहा है, कई जगह पे साइक्लोन्स टाइफून सब है, क्या उससे रिलेशन है या कोई और चीज है? किसके कारण ये डिले हुआ है?
ये तो मैडम एक रिसर्च का पॉइंट है, मैं आपको नहीं बता पाऊंगा। पूरा ग्लोबली सभी फेल्योर रहे हैं, सभी मॉडल्स, जितना मैंने यूएसए बोलो, यूके बोलो, जापान बोलो, इंडिया बोलो, किसी का ग्लोबल मॉडल लानिना का ऑनसेट टाइम ठीक से प्रेडिक्ट नहीं कर पाया, ठीक है ना। सो हम लोग सही बताया, हम लोग बोले थे कि सेकंड हाफ ऑफ मॉनसून सीजन में लानिना कंडीशंस होगा, पर हुआ नहीं। मगर ठीक है, अभी लास्ट वीक में -0.5 टच किए हैं, दैट इज द मिनिमम वैल्यू रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर डेवलपमेंट ऑफ लानिना। इससे पता चलता है कि अभी लानिना कंडीशन डेवलप होगा। तो क्यों नहीं हुआ लानिना कंडीशंस, इट्स अ मैटर ऑफ रिसर्च। मैं आपको ऐसे नहीं बता पाऊंगा विदाउट इन्वेस्टिगेशन।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
ठीक है।
गुड इवनिंग सर।
या गुड इवनिंग।
सर मुझे पूछना था कि झारखंड में कितने सिस्टम बनेंगी अक्टूबर महीने में?
कितना सिस्टम बनेगा मैडम, इसका हम प्रेडिक्शन नहीं दे पाते हैं। जैसे अहमदाबाद के गुजरात के बात में बोल रहे थे, और बारिश कितना होगा ये हम पूर्वानुमान दे रहे हैं। कि नंबर ऑफ लो प्रेशर सिस्टम कितना बनेगा इसका पूर्वानुमान हम कभी शुरू नहीं किए हैं अभी तक मंथली बेसिस पे, और इसको नहीं बता पाएंगे अभी। इसको मैं सिर्फ आपको वीकली बेसिस पर एक्सटर्नल फोरकास्ट में और डे बाई डे फोरकास्ट होता है, इसमें हम जानकारी देंगे कोई लो प्रेशर सिस्टम बनेगा कि साइक्लोन सिस्टम बनेगा कि नहीं। जैसे कि हम अभी उम्मीद करें कि 4 तारीख के आसपास एक साइक्लोनिक सर्कुलेशन, नहीं तो फिर वो लो प्रेशर एरिया डेवलप हो सकता है जैसे वेस्ट बंगाल और एडजॉइनिंग एरिया में, जो झारखंड के ऊपर इम्पैक्ट देगा एक। मगर इसको आप पूछेंगे तो ऐसे सिस्टम कितना बनेगा अक्टूबर महीने में, ये हम अभी आपको बता नहीं पाएंगे, और ये अभी ये स्थिति में हम लोग नहीं है बताने के लिए। मगर मैं बारिश का बता दूं, यस, जो हम आज पूर्वानुमान जारी किए हैं उस हिसाब से अक्टूबर महीने में नॉर्मल टू एबव नॉर्मल रेनफॉल हम एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं झारखंड में।
थैंक यू सर।
थैंक यू
सर। सर प्रभुदत्त नमस्कार।
हाँ नमस्कार प्रभु जी।
Sir, just one question. You said that the October forecast is 115% above normal rainfall. And also you said that there will be above normal temperature. In the monsoon season, we saw that in September, the temperature was also very high whenever rain happens for 1 week, and once rain stopped, the temperature, there was a sudden increase in the temperature. Is there any study being done? Normally, whenever rains are there, we see that the temperature is cool. but this is something which has been continuously happening. Is there any study being done on this, why this is happening?
We have analyzed actually, we have seen that if you reports are available in IMD websites, PRS Pune, long-term data we have analyzed this temperature also. During the monsoon season, there is a long-term increasing trend in temperature also. The maximum temperature, the minimum temperature, both are rising. And roughly it is about 0.34 degrees Celsius in past 100 years, temperature has risen. However, this is the trend, but there could be variation from year to year. There could be more variation from one place to another place. So there is a background, you can say, a background impact of the climate change through which the temperature is rising. And that is visible not only in summer season, but also in monsoon season. And with respect to this year, as you told that, yes, we are expecting a higher temperature. And day temperature, of course, we are not expecting everywhere, but night temperature we are expecting most parts of the country. So when we expect above normal rainfall activity for the major parts of the country, it is expected that night temperature will be higher because cloudiness will be there, and because of the cloudiness, night temperature will be higher. But during day temperature, we just look at, we have predicted that central India, northern parts of peninsula will have below normal temperature, and you will have a higher, that is above normal temperature over northeastern states, many parts of northwest India. And if I compare that with the rainfall forecast, we'll find that there is some kind of relationship. So certainly the rainfall and temperature are related to each other, and accordingly the forecasts are in agreement.
Thank you, sir.
Rekha here, I have a question.
Madam.
So my question is, this year the summer was also extremely intense, and now we've had above normal rainfall, monsoon, and before that the winter was also a very, very long cold spell. Is this an indication that everything is going to be more extreme as the years progress, or was it just a one-off this time?
No, we cannot put a conclusion based on only 1 year data. So what we do actually, every year we come up with an annual climate statement. By 15th January, we issue an annual climate statement. Then we discuss every season, every month, and country as a whole, the variation of temperature, rainfall, extreme weather events. But it is a fact that the extremes are increasing. The frequency of heavy rainfall events, say for example, more than 12 centimeters, are increasing. The frequency of heat wave, the durations are increasing. But frequency of cold wave is decreasing because temperature is rising, therefore you cannot expect cold wave conditions. So like that, there are certain impacts, and it has been attributed towards the climate change also.
Hello.
Yes, please.
हेलो सर, शंकर दिस साइड फ्रॉम अभिजीत भारत। मेरा ये सवाल था कि आने वाले समय में महाराष्ट्र और विदर्भ में क्या सिचुएशन रहेंगी बारिश से?
अक्टूबर महीने के लिए हमारा जो पूर्वानुमान है, नॉर्मल से एबोव नॉर्मल, सामान्य से ज्यादा बारिश होने का संभावना है अक्टूबर महीना में महाराष्ट्र, एंटायर महाराष्ट्र में, कोंकण, विदर्भ, मध्य महाराष्ट्र, मराठवाड़ा मिला के। बट रिलेटिवली मराठवाड़ा एरिया में थोड़ी सी कम बारिश हो सकता है, मगर महाराष्ट्र एज ए होल नॉर्मल टू एबोव नॉर्मल रेनफॉल होने का संभावना है।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
Good evening, sir. This is Lakshmi. Could you just tell how will
yes, madam.
Good evening, sir. Just wanted to know how will the monsoon be in Tamil Nadu, sir, this time? Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I could hear. They're not fully clear. You want the forecast or you want actual?
Yes, sir. On the forecast, sir. On the forecast.
Yeah. For the month of October, if we just look at, it is showing that North Tamil Nadu will have good rainfall activity, and the southwest Tamil Nadu will have less rainfall activity.
In October, sir.
And below normal. In the month of October, there will be above normal rainfall activity over North Tamil Nadu and coastal Tamil Nadu. It will be less rainfall activity, that is below normal rainfall activity over southwest Tamil Nadu. But if you look at the season as a whole, similar is the situation, but except the south Tamil Nadu, southernmost part of Tamil Nadu, and some parts of North Tamil Nadu. Central Tamil Nadu have good rainfall activity this year.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, good evening. This is Anjali from Indian Express. If I'm
Yes,
audible,
Madam
my
Anjali.
question is, what could be the favorable factors due to which IMD has given a forecast of above normal rainfall during the upcoming northeast monsoon season, especially over the southeast peninsular India? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for asking these questions. So I will try to reply. So we have come up with a new strategy since 2021. Since 2021, we are not dependent upon only the statistical model or only the monsoon mission climate forecast system or one single dynamical model. We are utilizing about 10 dynamical models product available throughout the globe. And out of that, we take the best out of that, that is 5. And based on 5 best selected models, we go for a multi-model ensemble, giving the different weightages to different models based on their historical performance. So this has been the process, and we found that this process has improved the forecast accuracy. And not only that, it also provides the spatial distribution of rainfall, temperature, etc. across the country. It was a very historical decision in 2021 that IMD shifted from a point-based forecast for country as a whole towards the forecast for entire country in a spatial temporal variability. So while going for the northeast monsoon, yes, the basic concept is like this, that the models, based on these dynamical models, we come up and found that, yes, there is a probability that it will be above normal natural activity for northeast monsoon as a whole, taking into consideration entire southeast peninsula. But if you consider Tamil Nadu only, if it is a La Nina year, Tamil Nadu gets less rainfall. Therefore, if you look at the map, what I told, and our friend just before you asked me what will the rainfall activity in Tamil Nadu, southwest Tamil Nadu, southern Tamil Nadu in the month of October, and southernmost Tamil Nadu and some parts of North Tamil Nadu is expected to get below normal rainfall activity. So if you take Tamil Nadu alone, it may not be the above normal, it will be near normal activity for the month of October and October to December. It is because of the fact that during La Nina years, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry do not get good rainfall activity. But there are many other reasons also. Sometimes it can disrupt the statistics or the forecast. Like that, the low pressure system. If one cyclone comes, it will make different representation. So we'll be watching towards that. We'll be updating towards that. But at present, it is the dynamical model output which has gone, and the basic concept, the relationship between La Nina and El Nino, it has gone. And the IOD is expected to be neutral. Once IOD is neutral, it will have no impact in northeast monsoon conditions. The negative IOD favors the development of the cyclonic disturbances and helps the rainfall activity over Tamil Nadu and adjacent areas. Since it is neutral IOD conditions expected during October to December, it will have no impact, any significant impact on the rainfall activity. So therefore, basically, it will be decided by the intra-seasonal variability, which cannot be predicted along with this seasonal rainfall forecast. We will be following it with our weekly forecast in the days to come and day-to-day forecast. Am I clear to some extent?
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, I think we have tried our best to provide the information available, and it has been a very good, successful journey throughout the monsoon season 2024 with all your support and cooperations. We've been able to reach out to the disaster managers, general public, and stakeholders. And same spirit will continue. We'll work together and we'll serve the country as a whole unit. So thank you very much for your continuous cooperations and support to India Meteorological Department. Thank you very much.